Hi everyone, this is Destiny Matthews, and I am doing my final paper presentation for Comp 305 Media Relations on Body Image in Media. So, what is body image? Well, according to the National Eating Disorders Association, body image is how you see yourself when you look in the mirror or when you picture yourself in your mind. Everyone internalizes messages at a young age. So when you think of, say, for instance, when you see a violent act happening on television, according to George Gerbner, who is the founder of the cultivation theory, when we process so much violence in media, it actually has an effect on us because we view that violence as a normal thing in reality. And it also leads to a whole bunch of other things that are just like not lined up with actual reality. So everyone internalizes messages at a young age. And media plays a huge part in that because media is a huge influence in the modern human's life. We're literally surrounded by screens, whether it's a laptop or a computer, not a computer, whether it's a laptop or a phone or a television or a tablet, whatever. Mass media is highly influential in terms of how people learn about the values of humans. And as humans, we place values on a lot of things. We place values on money. We place values on how we look to other people. They always say first impressions are the lasting impressions. How we appear to ourselves is also a huge thing, which again is all about body image. Some huge factors in how people handle their body image and self-esteem: puberty, because when you're going through puberty, your body and your mind are developing into stronger, trying to get a stronger sense of who you are and how people are in general. It's a very confusing time. And going through puberty, you're constantly reevaluating yourself and others around you. Kind of like a competition without really being in a competition. Family and friends also have a huge part to play in body image and self-esteem because, again, you have other people with their body image and self-esteem issues, and they may somewhat reflect themselves on you. And same goes for friends. You might try to compare yourself to your friends, like, oh, I'm not shaped like my friend, or I may not have long pretty hair and perfect skin like my friend. So family and friends is definitely a huge issue, a huge factor in how people view themselves, because people say you birds of a feather flock together. And media, of course, is a predominant factor in how we view ourselves. While there is no one cause of body dissatisfaction and eating disorders, research has shown that with extensive exposure to media and social pressures that are put on boys and girls, men and women daily, it leads to increased dissatisfaction and eating disorders. 80% of Americans watch TV daily, and about 3 hours a day are spent, on average, watching TV. On an average day, 7.5 hours are dedicated to some form of media by 8 to 18-year-olds. 69% of American elementary school girls who read magazines said they were influenced of the ideal body type. 47% of those same girls said the images that they viewed made them want to lose weight. We spend so much time looking at media to figure out who we are as people, when in reality, media is simply telling us how we should be, how we should look, and how we should behave. When really, in all actuality, media is just a construct to reality. It's not actual reality. Of course, it's just like a hyper realistic version of reality. So 5 ways to self-care in media. You can limit your screen time by limiting how much time you spend on mass media and media platforms and all that. The less time you spend on media, the more time you have to care for yourself. And of course, the more you care for yourself, the better your self-esteem is, the better body image you have, and it'll show. You can question society's messages by asking, are these depictions realistic? Are they digitally altered? Because a lot of the media you do see is digitally altered. A lot of pictures in magazines are altered to look perfect. They crop and take off and they just alter. They alter it completely down. What's the message the media is trying to create? There's usually a purpose as to why they're saying, oh, this woman or this man right here is the perfect woman or man because they have long flowing hair and gazelle like legs, and this man has Hulk like muscles rippling out of his biceps or whatever. And what does it mean? What does it mean to you? What does it mean to your friends? What does it mean to your family? What does the message mean? What is the message and what are they trying to get at? Become an advocate for positive body image. People from all upbringings are finally getting their own platform to talk about why they're misrepresented or maybe even underrepresented in media. And this gives a lot of leeway into letting others like those people, not those people, but those people that are not traditionally in media. It gives them a space and a platform to talk about, I'm misrepresented, I'm underrepresented, and now I have a platform to talk about my underrepresentation or my misrepresentation, and hopefully this will encourage others to also have their own platform or make their own platform to talk about these issues and how we as people can change these issues. Choose and use certain media, because you do not have to sign up for every single social media account that is possibly available. Not all social media is good social media. Not all media is good media. Sometimes it's just better to have just a Facebook, just a Twitter, just an Instagram, the basics. Taking a stand, telling those that profit from media and their policies on what you like and what you don't like about how they choose to represent bodies. And even if you have to go into detail and even boycott their product or this specific company until you see a change in how they represent humans, because not everyone looks alike, and media often tells people like, hey, you're supposed to look this way, or hey, you're supposed to behave this way, and it's not like that. Not everyone is supposed to look like a robot, pretty much. Not is not build a human. Recognize that everyone is unique and comes in different shapes and sizes, heights, weights, colors, sexes, religions, etc. And that there are aspects of your appearance that you can realistically change, and then there are those same aspects that you cannot change about yourself. By setting healthy goals and treating yourself as the number one priority, because that's what you are. You are the number one priority. You only have one body, so love it and take care of it, is great if you want to see a change. If you set personal goals for yourself, you can not only achieve those goals by maintaining a healthy mindset that I am comfortable with myself. However, I do want to change how much I weigh, or I do want to change what shape of my nose is. Even people go as so far as to undergo cosmetic surgery. There's nothing wrong with that, but if you're completely fine with how you look, it's just like, oh, my nose is just a little off to the side and it's just a little irritating to me, then that's perfectly fine. But body image is just, it's it's all personal. It's very personal. It's something that you have to come to the realization that I'm fine the way I am, but if I want to change something about myself, then I have nothing but space and opportunity to do so, and it won't be a negative thing if I do. Like, I'll still be happy if I don't change, but it's not, body image is not something that you can say, oh, I want to change this because I'm fat, or I want to change this because I'm too skinny, or I want to change my nose because it's so ugly. It's, I may be fat. It, for some people, body image is, I'm fat and I'm fine with being fat. Yes, I'm skinny and I'm fine with being skinny. Yes, my nose is bulbous and I'm fine with it being bulbous. It's really just about accepting yourself in whatever body you were born in, or you just have. So, to remember that all mass media is constructs of reality. So that means that it's not our reality. We shape our reality. Media is really just a puppet on a string. It's telling us one thing, but then we see another version of it. Advertisements and other media messages are crafted. They are specifically made to make you feel a certain way. Advertisers create their ads based on what they believe they want you to see, how it'll affect you, and ultimately their whole goal is to persuade you to buy their product, buy into their business. And as individuals, we have the last say in how we experience media's messages. So we're probably not going to stop using media or even use less of media, but we can control how it's used and how its effects are forever stamped on us. We can use media for good. We can advocate for positive things. We can advocate for change. Change is always good. Sometimes change may not seem like the best thing, but change is very good. They're right. If you put work into change actually does help a lot. It does. So, that was the end of my presentation. Thank you so much for watching, and see you all later. Bye!